good evening and welcome to the Berea Midpark Varsity Show, the annual event that gives us the opportunity to play all of our favorite songs from this year's halftime shows. Plus a few we haven't even heard yet. And it also gives us the opportunity to introduce every member of the band as well as the staff and supporting cast that make this Titan machine work. And we begin by introducing you to the boss. While some teachers might relax during the summer, the band director is busy selecting music, lining up arrangements, and designing on-field routines. This year, the Titan Band had a few numbers where they not only danced, but drilled. While there are a few computer programs that can help a band director design drills, our boss likes good old paper and pencil. A lot of paper. So much paper that it completely covered his dining room table for much of the summer. After numerous requests to remove this clutter from her dining room table, our boss's wife decided to wait until our boss was out of the room and seek her revenge by making her own notations on the drill charts. So, if you came to a Wednesday night rehearsal and saw the boss scratching his head while staring at his drill charts, you now know that the boss's boss finally got her dining room table back. Please welcome the director of bands for the Berea Midpark High School, Jeff Badai. And now we ask that you please rise and join the Berea Midpark Titan Band under the direction of Jeff Badai as they salute the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem. One step ahead of the band. They are a terrific group who quickly grasped marching and have, with a little help from our majorettes, kept the band at a pace. Please say hello to our banner carriers, Erica Drager, Joyce Karen Alschuler, Jacob Stein, and Becca Hyatt. The other boss is the guy who is the head of the music department here at Berea Midpark. He is a terrific teacher as well as a talented musician, which is in complete contrast to his abilities as a gymnast. During the first quarter of the North Olmsted game, you may have witnessed the Titan cheerleaders' terrific display of backflips right in front of the band. So, after witnessing the cheerleaders, our hero got the crazy notion that what the cheerleaders were doing was easy, and with a determined look on his face, charged down the track. Fearing the worst, a gasp rose up from the band. Parents covered the eyes of small children. The Berea police began radioing for life flight. The band director, as if watching an accident in slow motion, screamed, "No!" And at the last second, the abort light went off in his head, and the runaway freight train was stopped. Thankfully, Mitzi still has a husband, Victoria still has a dad, and we still have our assistant band director, Mr. Dan Barth. Our pregame downfield number, which has been expertly announced for the last 2 seasons, much to the surprise of the band director, is called Down by the Ohio. Yeah. gentlemen who were willing to face the oohs and ahs of tossing the baton during each pregame, please say hello to our pregame drum majors, Christian Kilgore and Austin Jarrett. Of course, most of our halftimes kicked off with a quiet, little laid-back melody that sounded something like this. But also the spectacle of the halftime baton toss. This year's halftime drum major does not believe in shortchanging his toss. Even in the face of wind and rain at Olmsted Falls, the baton went as high and as straight as it has in every halftime. Our halftime drum major, Jacob Fidali. Speaking of batons, the two ladies who form our majorette corps are Katie Avalone and Taylor Johnson. After the baton toss came our downfield number, courtesy of Lady Gaga. This is her 2011 hit, Edge of Glory. This next gentleman is a little hard to miss. The red beard, the height, and the fact that he outdressed all of us by wearing a tie makes him stand out. He is our student teacher who comes to us from Baldwin Wallace, and his debut as a Star-Spangled Banner conductor was curtailed at Westlake when we were a little late because the buses were told to park somewhere in Bay Village. Of course, our band has made sure that he is getting the complete picture of what it's like to be a teacher, which is why he has amped up his career at the bike shop in downtown Berea. Here to conduct the Justin Timberlake hit, Mirrors, please welcome our student teacher, Mike Taylor. center of the stage, our drum line. Jason Bush, Karina Brewer, Maya Hansen, Derek Waldron, Cecilia Hirose, Pete Horner, Danny Ruppel, Christine Campbell, Adam Wade, Jacob Malone, Josh Karanau Schuler, Daniel Demimeyer, Billy Mitchell, Tanner Carlson, Alec Hine, Toby Obiaco, Eddie Andrzejak, Ethan Moore, Peter Carey, Moises Landro, Melvin Schneider, Maurice Bontenfecking, Marta Montaigne, Driver Sue Wampumcroft, Taylor Thomas, and Salia Montaigne. Our drama. A tune we are debuting right here tonight, a Varsity Show exclusive from the band Bastille. This is Pompeii.
It's 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Drums are in. We go. Ready? And 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3.
The Titan Band, LeBron James, and our special guest, Chris Beanie Wells, all have something in common. We start by noting that LeBron and Beanie are both from Akron, but that has nothing to do with the Titan Band. We all know that Beanie Wells was a standout running back for the Ohio State University. However, Beanie was a highly sought running back out of Akron Garfield High School, and so he made a few college recruiting trips. His love for Ohio State was tested when he visited the sunshine and palm trees of USC. Coach Pete Carroll thought he had his man, and when Beanie returned to Ohio, he was convinced he'd play in Southern California. However, the Buckeyes still had a shot. So as part of his trip to Columbus, he was invited to attend the football pregame pep rally known as Skull Session. That did it. Beanie couldn't pass up the opportunity to play for his dream school, and the spirited Skull Session convinced him. Now, many of you may remember that last year, the first-year Titan Band played at Ohio State's Skull Session and received a rousing ovation from the Buckeye faithful. And who addressed the crowd at last year's Skull Session where the Titan Band played? LeBron James. Skull Sessions can be pretty magical. At Ohio State, he was a feared running back who loved to run over Wolverines and leap over Illini. With nearly 3,400 rushing yards and 30 TDs, he is in the top 10 in the Big Ten in just about every rushing category. A first-round draft pick of the Arizona Cardinals in 2009, he had his first 1,000-yard rushing season in 2011. Pro stats aside, in our eyes and in his heart, he will always be a Buckeye. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chris Beanie Wells. Composer Jeff Fidali. Hey, that's the way he introduced himself when they played the song early in the season. Made a few adjustments, and with a tip of the parade to the Buckeyes, we affectionately refer to it as Titan Swag. The standard structure for a pop song is verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Our next song breaks the mold by starting with the chorus. Here, under the direction of multiple Wells family members, is Chris Beanie Wells with the One Republic tune, Counting Stars.
What a great treat for us to have Chris here with his family. I want to introduce these two young gentlemen here. We'll let them introduce themselves. You want to say hi to the audience? Your name is CJ, is that right? That's CJ. And who's this good-looking guy here? This is Christian. Now, the other night, they had a football game, and the winning touchdown was scored by Christian. He brought his trophy with him tonight, so they've got their Titan necklaces on. But what a treat it is. I did a little research, being an Ohio State fan. Chris was he was an Army All-American when he came out of high school. He was a first team All Big Ten 2008, 2007 All-American. All-American. Drafted 31st in the first round, Arizona Cardinals. He's healing from injuries now, but if you watch FSN, he's going to be doing some of the high school playoffs. Just outstanding job. So, how's the rehab coming for you? Okay, so I have to ask, Beanie, where does Beanie come from?
I got Beanie from my older brother. I was a tall, lanky, really skinny kid with a big beanie head that kind of hung on my shoulders.
His brother is no longer with us. But you, let's see, you're with Arizona, Baltimore Ravens, just waiting to find out what's going to happen now, right?
Enjoying right now working for FSN, calling some games and talking football.
Here's another interesting fact, one of 11 children. My goodness, your mother, what a saint.
Actually, you imagine there was never a quiet night in the household.
Well, we'd like to thank Chris for coming out this evening.
Lead singer Jason Wade wrote our next tune in 10 minutes while in the middle of recording another song. Wade said, "I remember just sitting on the couch in the studio and I heard the melody in my head while I was doing another vocal track, which is really weird. It'll give you a headache." Headache aside, here is the Titan Band with "Hanging by a Moment." There's the Titan Band without a director with "Hanging by a Moment." And go.
1, 2, 3, and on count 4. We go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3.
We're going to take a second and we're going to introduce our seniors. We're at the halfway point here. Second half of the show, you're going to get to see all the dance routines. You're going to see some things that you haven't seen yet, and maybe in the playoffs you will see. They're calling for 40 degrees and rain and sleet on Friday. So bundle up and consider this to be the world's longest post-game show you will hear this year. So if it rains all night, we'll just wait and we'll see you next week. No, really on the season, you know, as you go through years, last year with the merger was definitely a learning experience, I think, for all of us as an organization. And I think we grew in leaps and bounds as the year progressed, the Ohio State, the Cleveland Browns, and everything else. And really this year, Dan and I kind of looked at the season and we were sending applications into the Browns. We talked about other things that we could do, but it was almost time to take a breath. Last year was so much, but when we discovered that we found the tune Bohemian Rhapsody, I will tell you the honest truth, we looked for 3 years for that piece of music. We found that the Illinois band hadn't done it. We called the arranger, he wouldn't give it to us. The arranger then for the United States Marine Band was a friend from Brecksville, wouldn't give it to us. Turns out that one of the arrangers we normally use had it all along, so we were able to get that. The drill itself is a lot of OU's drills, and then the ending I changed to fit our program just a little bit better. But that was really almost 6 weeks worth of work, and we basically called it like 3 pieces in one because it was so difficult musically. It was a very challenging piece for us. So you will hear that again Friday since we are home and we're on the turf, but it's been a neat year, it really has, and to get to know the kids for a second year after the merger has been a really enjoyable experience for us. Definitely going to miss a lot of these upperclassmen. They've been true leaders for the band program, and each year you graduate good, strong kids, and it's up to the younger ones to fill in the void and to step up, and next year the junior class takes over. But this has been a really unique senior class. There's a lot of characters in it, a lot of outstanding academic students, and a lot of outstanding musical students. So we're going to take a few minutes, we're going to introduce them. On Friday, these kids will address the band as individuals. It's our tradition that they stand in front of the band and they get to speak their piece. Anything goes. Sometimes more than we'd like to goes, but it's a really neat thing. It's a closed-door thing, but the kids get to stand up there and they express, you know, their feelings about a lot of different subjects. And it's neat because these are young adults. They're not children anymore. So we're going to introduce our seniors. They're going to sit along the front here. And then the band for next year, minus the next year's sophomores, will then play the alma mater one last time for them. So I'm going to turn it over to Tom. That's Tom Farmer, by the way. Hey, Tom Farmer's over there.
We are farmers!
Wouldn't have it any other way. All right. Our seniors, Freddie Osmond, Katie Avalone, Olivia Bardwell, Ashley Bruno, Jason Bush, Connor Carlson, Peter Carey, Michaela Creighton, Melissa DeMarco, Kayla Drager, Talia Flanagan, Aaliyah Friend, Autumn Griffin, Lydia Kwan, Taylor Guy, Jennifer Heinberger, Stina Helene, Daniel Kanuski, Josh Karanel Schuler, Christian Kilgore, Mariah Klein, Ryan Kutzar, Andrew LaVoy, Moises Landro, Ethan Lohr, Adam Maxillen, Jacob Malone, Yvonne Martin, Elena Mazur, Sarah McKissock, Marta Montaigne, Keith Nardozzi, Tobina Obiaco, Brianna Percher, Austin Tito, Jenny Pleckety, Andrew Powell, Rachel Rolenhorst, Melvin Schneider, Olivia Seidel, driver Suvan Popper, Bettina Saleh, Julian Ullman, Ners Vantenbecking, Gabby Wise. And now, as a salute to our seniors, please rise for the playing of the Berea Midpark alma mater.